Look at this. Oh, my God. Bray Wyatt's alive. Bray Wyatt might be in this room with me. He might be in your room, Tyler. Look at Tyler's backdrop. He has... Tyler, what is that, a moth?
That's a moth. It's a beautiful moth, and I get moths in my room all the time. Yeah. They fly in. That's Bray Wyatt, too.
I've never seen a moth in my life, and I feel like now when I see one, it's him. Because it would mean something, right? If I've never seen a moth, when this one finally shows up on my wine glass, it must mean something. Here is JoJo's Instagram story. Look at this. I'm going to cry. Look, Josanne Alexi. She is the big, fat, black girl, okay? She was with Bray. Look, this thing flew up to her glass, which in my, like at a Scampoli outing, we're flipping tables, we're running away, we're jumping in the pool. Like, what the f*** is that thing? But she knew what that was, Tyler. That wasn't anything dangerous. That's her dead fat husband.
In the embodiment of a moth. It has to be a sign, Kevin. He's looking like he wants a sip of that wine, too. She should have gave him some.
Get that fucking thing out of here. That thing's horrifying. But not to her. Scary. And yeah, I've never... Tyler, you've seen moths, but is that a moth? Have you ever seen one? Like, that literally looks like your logo. That scary logo behind you. This thing went into a cocoon and came out a super moth.
Yeah, that is definitely a big one. I've seen little ones fly around before. Every now and then one will sneak in through my back door, but every now and then, very rarely will one that big ever show up. And those big ones are so scary because they're loud. They're not going to bite you, but they're like...
Oh, God. Geno, this is the you of moths. If you were a moth, you would be this. Look at the size of Geno. Geno, get some fucking wings already. Stop sitting around all day. Look at this moth and get away from my alcohol. This is mine, Geno. Don't fly onto my buzzball poured into a Taco Bell cup on ice.
But you need to have someone with you. You're alone all the time. You need to have someone to feel like you actually have someone in your life. Besides Molly, who doesn't really have you feel that compassion. You need a creature like a moth to guide you.
There's no one to stop me, is there, Geno, from doing what I want to do?
That's why you need someone like a moth to be right there beside you, to be the guiding, like the red and the colors of black and white that you keep seeing in your
I'm going to do it like Elliott Smith, too. So look what she said. She wrote a story with this. It's not just a scary bug. She kept the damn thing. She won't let it leave. She pulls its wings off. And she said, look at this. She wrote, this beautiful moth visited me tonight while having a glass of wine. Just one? I doubt it. We've seen you twerk. We've seen you in the car, shaking that ass, out the window, letting the hair out the window, waiting for a man to pick you up. You're a damsel in distress, and you need deep king. And you're We're on Bray Wyatt's side. This should be a divorce, but he's too dead to do it. So look, she says, one glass of wine, watching the kiddos play. You like that, Tyler? Big drunk watching kids play, getting wasted?
It's pretty fucked up, honestly. Not a responsible way to go about things if you're JoJo. How terrible.
It landed on my glass, she said, despite other glasses being around. Yours had alcohol in it. They wanted that. Look. And this same moth proceeded to land on my hand and sit there a moment before getting the fuck away from me, before flying away. I see you, Wyndham. I know it was you saying hello. I love you forever. Damn, why didn't it finger her?
Should have done a lot more than just flying on the wine glass. I like how she's trying so hard to try to find some symbolism in this. Yeah, I remember when I thought my cat was my dead grandpa too when he first passed away, but we got over that once I realized that my cat had demonic strength. That guy's a demon from hell. But with this, she's pointing out way too much with, he went on only my glass, not anyone else's, and all this shit. It's so fucking desperate. She's reaching so hard.
Geno, what are you nodding at?
Just agreeing with what Tyler said, because I actually am paying attention to what he's trying to tell us about this demonic cat that he still has, but he still loves, because it's a true part of his family.
And says me and the Wyatt 6 will gangbang Geno's mom before I shoot cum all over her face.
You fucking better. I'm pretty sure my dog is my dead mom, Geno.
It's possible, or it could be your dead dad who's been there the entire time. Both of them pretty much died around you, so they could be both the physical embodiment of them.
My dog's a girl. It's not a guy. It's not my dad. It's my dead mom. And that's why I beat the shit out of it, huh?
And what will you do when that one thing that you love so much, that one thing that you cannot live without is taken from you?
This is the best part.
So
this is the best part because I was messaging Steve Carrier. And we're just trashing wrestling fans and trashing Sean Ross Sapp, and we like Brad Shepard, and he's living the American dream, and then while we're talking to each other, in the middle of that, there's this tweet by Ringside News that says, "This next story is f***ed up." And I'm like, what could the next story be? And it ends up being this story. Look at this one. So here's me and Bray. Look at this picture. They didn't pick a nice picture of me. And I think this was Jiggs' fault or Geno's fault, because 2 days ago, we were looking for new victims. Who's next? Tony Khan and his mother? Or then I think Jiggs came up with this one. Look at this. Here's the headline. Bray Wyatt and JoJo Offerman's children targeted by a controversial podcaster. Oh, God, yes. Maybe I could get JoJo, Geno. Maybe I'm going to get her instead of Kayla.
Again, I don't think we need to go after anyone. We need to be better than these people who would be targeting people.
No,
right now, we just said things out of shit for fun.
No, I'm going to come in her. What do you think I meant? I'm not going to go after. No, look, she was with this ugly fat and now there's this hottest guy right here. I am obviously a 10 and he's a 4. So she's just going to come over here now.
And I think she's going to go with Redbeard before going with you, Seth.
Oh, she's over here now. She was over there, and now she's over here. She's a genius. Bray Wyatt and JoJo Offerman's children targeted by controversial podcaster. This is the greatest article I've ever read in my life. And this is all like during me and Steve Carrier's chat. And look, Steve Carrier he was all happy with how it was doing right when it went up. And I'm okay with sharing his DMs because like how he puts his site first, I put my show first. So if you think you're going to two-face me, I can two-face you just as good. So he DMs me the screenshot of how it was doing. It's the top story as soon as he put it up. So this is the rankings by numbers. And look what he says. He says, look, number 1 right now. It's a little early in the U.S., but it'll probably do 40K hits before the day ends. Now, that's nothing to a guy like me. I mean, my YouTube channel used to do 100K a day, so whatever. One story. I mean, whatever. It's a blast from the past. So me and Steve Carrier talking nice to each other, then secretly sharing our DMs in public, secretly sharing our website stats to each other. And both of us know we're not the other one's friend. He's not one of them boys, Geno, like you, me, TCW, AW Neckbeards. He's going to put his site first. We're going to put our show first. And sometimes the synergy is through the roof, like with this story. Look at this one. Kevin Scampoli has made a name for himself by ruffling feathers whenever he can. Really? All in a week. Look, now he has taken his mockery to another level as he brought Bray Wyatt, JoJo Offerman, and their children into the situation. Look at how long they listened for this. At the 2-hour 24 mark of his latest show, Kevin Scampoli talked about potentially targeting JoJo Offerman next. Now it's definitely happening. Get on Instagram. He has joked about taking aim at different pro wrestling figures after berating Caleb Braxton with the baby trolling that he has now become infamous for. Am I infamous, Geno? Kevin Scampoli also called Bray Wyatt her, quote, dead fat husband. He's fucking dead. Look at this. He then showed that he bit the head off of an action figure for the Fiend Bray Wyatt. This was a holiday special. The only reason I have this is because I was Bray Wyatt's only fan during Christmas 2021 when he was a zombie and no one liked him but me. That might have been even earlier than that. So look, he mentioned that he attached the Fiend's head to a dildo, and it was pretty clear that he was not joking about that. But Geno, we did that ages ago. Do we have to make an origin video of the dildo with Bray Wyatt's head?
I think he's just wanting to make sure that the people, just like him, Steve Carey, wasn't even watching our show, understand like these little bits that have been going on for years. No, like this is just here. This is reoccurring. Now you need to be caught up so that we can know the story behind everything. So he's doing it all for us. We don't need to do anything.
We ripped the head off this fucking Fiend doll, Geno, live because he went to WWE instead of AEW. Because I'm not an E-drone. I'm all about AEW. I'm a neckbeard. Okay? So if I believe Bray Wyatt would be alive if he went to AEW. And I believe he would have had a good final run even if not alive if he went to AEW. He killed himself by letting Triple H harness him and vaccinate him and overload his heart with those mountain climbers he couldn't do. So I ripped the head off the doll. And this was when WWE was trying to sell me rabbit shirts. How annoying was that? We actually liked the White Rabbit thing. We were playing along. Geno was cracking the code. and they're like, hey, buy a shirt with a rabbit on. No, you're ruining it. Not everything has to be a fucking shirt or a wristband. Not everyone's John Cena. Let this be something that feels like it's ours just once. No, let's slap some logos on it and make as much money as we can. That's why your show's a cartoon that sucks. That's why you're the t-shirt company, not AEW. AEW doesn't have one cool t-shirt. They are not a t-shirt company. WWE has a Hell Froze Over CM Punk shirt. They're the t-shirt company. So Bray Wyatt was JoJo's dead fat husband. And here's proof up here. Look, I could be her living fit husband. And I'm sorry, Kayla, but now you have competition. I might be with JoJo. So look at this. And she's fat. JoJo's fat, but I know she can snap back, especially with Fight Camp. He then showed that he bit the head off this. How great is this? That the dildo got reported on. This is why Ringside News are the good guys. This is why Steve Carrier is one of the good ones. Look, he showed that he bit off the head of an action figure for the Fiend Bray Wyatt. He mentioned that he attached the Fiend's head to a dildo. And it was pretty clear that he was not joking. The controversial podcaster, what's this a link to? Look at how great this is. Oh, the show. This is proof that I'm controversial. I talk to this fat mongoloid and treat him like a human half the time. Oh, my God. Look at this.
For the New Day taking over the bump, and we're going to have the New Day.
See that? And then Geno never says anything cool. It's the odds. She made it work. So I think we should all just come together, watch Gilmore Girls. We'll talk about, I'll teach you all about Luke's. She's going to love season 5. So that I am a controversial podcaster with links on Ringside News. He said he would like to see JoJo Offerman's kids taken away from her. She drinks a lot and she's a single mom. She doesn't work. She's living off residuals of a dead man. And I saw how she spent Christmas. That's not good for those kids. They need a happy Christmas. Look, that would get headlines. And he wondered how they could pull that off. Yeah, we brainstormed how to get her kids taken away, Geno, remember? Look, quote, that's what we need. Let's go after JoJo for her fat dead husband. I did it. Bit Bray Wyatt's head off.
Is my son a vampire? Like, is he glamming me?
Can you imagine reading this? Regular flavored monsters? Like, out of context, this is the craziest thing you've ever read, right? This has to be the top story of the day. We need an update from Steve Carrier. Flavored Monsters sent $5 and said, Geno, in honor of Bray Wyatt, do some mountain climbers. Geno, try them. You could do 30 seconds of them.
I don't think I can, but right now I'm just focusing on this amazing Steve Carrier, not Steve Carrier article that Felix put up there, which now we do know is Steve Carrier's fake name. Who knows if the other fake names are also Steve Carrier, but at least know this one is Steve Carrier.
Anyone else seeing Geno turn pink for some reason? Geno, you get nervous?
I'm getting tired.
Quote, that's what we need. Let's go after JoJo for her fat dead husband. I did it. Bit Bray Wyatt's head off, and I put it on a dick. Wow. Scampoli was then suggested to turn his rage towards Bo Dallas. This quote is outrageous. But look, so to that, Kevin Scampolo agreed. They spelt it wrong again. But he doesn't want to stop there. Here's the quote. Look. Bo, the sister, JoJo. How enraging would this be? To be anyone but us and read it. This is like a real quote to these people. Bo, the sister, JoJo. Because you know she's one of those girls who's drinking herself to death in front of her kids. Did I say that? I was just talking about her being a drunk. I'm telling you, I saw her on social media with wine. These kids don't need that. Look, because you know she's one of those girls who's drinking herself to death in front of her kids, like my mom. And we're going to put a spotlight on it. It's still too long to have. Wait, what is that? It's still too long to have. What is that thing they call it when pregnant people get sad? I was thinking out loud. Look, it's still too long to have. What is that thing they call it when pregnant people get sad? So she's got to smarten up. She can't have that postpartum anymore. She can't have that postpartum anymore. She's going to get her kids taken away. That's what we're going to do. Come on. Come on. Geno, how are you not laughing? This has to be the greatest quote that's ever been on this site. And you're over here listening to Jim Cornette.
And I'm always going to be listed James E. Cornette because I always thought he was more entertaining than a Paul Lee Dangerously. And hopefully if Paul Lee eventually has a podcast, we get to hear him with a big tell-all. But right now I just have Jim Cornette and you guys talking and realizing with your intrusive thoughts, trying to realize what is the fucking term. And thankfully he made sure to put it in quotes the entire fucking dialogue where he realized postpartum depression was what you were trying to say and that you couldn't think of it for a whole fucking 2 sentences. So it's a good thing at least quoted the entire rant until you remembered postpartum.
Well, he's not paraphrasing. He's going to let people know what I said, and that's just how brilliant I am. Geno, you can think of one thing and you repeat it for 5 minutes. I'm over here thinking of new mid-sentence. Look, it's still too long to have. What is that thing they call it when pregnant people get sad? So she's going to smarten up. She can't have that postpartum anymore. She's going to get her kids taken away. That's what we're going to do. Can we get JoJo's kids taken away? That'll get us in the news. What if we just take them away? I remember this now. Now I suggest we're going to kidnap them. Look, what if we just take them away? If we take our kids forcibly, then that's the same as getting them taken away. Jigs, the quote just gets better. Oh, my God. Look at this. Look at how it ends. Look. Keep your eye out for a Chrysler Sebring. If the top is down, you're in trouble. That is the craziest quote of all time. I'm screenshotting it. And I might need to tweet it. I mean, what on earth? We are not standing behind anything Kevin Scampoli says. He has certainly gone over the line before. And this is no different. Look at them put me over. I love this site. We also will not be posting a link to his show. By the way, it's right up here. This was the link to the show. Full episode right there. So these guys are good guys. But he will most certainly celebrate this extra attention for his most recent terrible comments. For more on the story. So you see that, Geno? They're supporting us. We're supporting them. We're promoting RingSide News. They're promoting us. And the Chrysler Sebring is over this week, Geno. And I forgot I said any of that. Who knows what else? We need transcripts of every episode. I know Google has them. Geno, let's see what our mentions are like. The Grim Reaper says, how morally bankrupt and desperate for attention do you have to be to mock in effigy a deceased wrestler, his widow, and the rest of his family? Get over yourself, you rejected Dark Side of the Ring dullard. Geno, is that what's next? Dark Side of the Ring, Season 6 for me?
Well, and we will have to figure out what's going to happen on Season 6 because they did just announce the entire list of episodes. It all seems garbage. The only thing that matters to me is Bruce the Barber Beefcake's episode.
Geno, that's Season 5. That's why I said 6. Keep up. Die painfully from drawing a blank. 138. This guy here, oh no. Anthony says, all talk behind a camera and a mic. Say that shit in public and you wouldn't be able to see the light of day. All right, he has a clip that he cut himself. So let's see what I said here during 2K24 time.
We get to remember Bray Wyatt. He's going to be the cover star.
Oh, this was you, Geno. You brought up JoJo.
Next week on the 22nd, it's going to be the big day. We're going to find Bray Wyatt as the cover star.
That's what we need, Geno. Let's go after JoJo for her big fat dead husband. I bit his fucking head off. This is way worse. It's better to read. With that tone of voice, I mean it.
Like, is he glamming
I
me?
bit his head off. I put it on a dick. What does the son think of that, Geno? I have the dead guy's head on a dick.
That's not going to be enough. Why would you go after JoJo? The person you'd be going after is his brother. We want to go after both. That's big thing. The family.
Geno, you're evil.
The IRS.
We do.
This person.
The whole family. Geno, you get Bo, I'll get JoJo. Bo, the sister, but especially JoJo. Because JoJo's one of these girls, she's drinking herself to death right in front of her kids. And we're going to put a spotlight on it. It's been a little too long for you to still have, what is it called when pregnant people get birth and get sad? They've been born long enough. You can't have that postpartum anymore. So she better smarten up, Geno. We're getting her kids taken away.
We get to
All right, so that was actually tweeted by WrestleClips. So what kind of reach do they have? Oh, none. I'll favorite it. What's his at? Look, people want to know. I dare this pussy to go into the locker room and pull shit like that. What are they going to do? What are these? Oh, they're following dress code and they're going to be tough suddenly? I'll be the judge of wrestler court in that locker room my first minute in there.
Everything you gave, now nothing but a grave. Oh.
Keep your eye out for a Chrysler Sebring or a Kia. If the top is down, you're in trouble. So, all right, that was about JoJo. And JoJo's back. And doesn't it feel like every week there's a new anniversary for JoJo? I think we're coming up on the death date anniversary of Bray. Is his birthday tomorrow? Like, this poor girl, give her a week off. So apparently this was his birthday, isn't it? Or it's her birthday? All right, let's see. Here's what she said. I am so grateful for each and every person that spent my birthday with me. See, look, when you lose your partner that you built a family with, every happy day becomes a sad day. All the holidays become miserable times. So she says, I am so grateful for each and every person that spent my birthday with me and wished me a happy birthday. Oh, this is a happy post. Look, I had an incredible weekend. Thank you all so much. The end? Good. Oh, wait, she's not done. She says, there was no denying there was a hole that only Wyndham could fill. Oh, I wonder which one that is. What do you think? Front or back? Only Wyndham could fill. So it's got to be the asshole. Does that mean she saved it for him? What do you... Can they transcribe this on the Ringside News? I think this part... See, I'll type it out for you. About the hole in the asshole. There was no denying there was a hole that only... This is so much fun. Show us. Prove it. Pics or it didn't happen. Stupid bitch. There was no denying there was a hole only Wyndham could fill. I wish more than anything you could have physically been a part of today. Look, she's saying it. She wants to get finger banged. But I know for a fact he was all around. I felt him. This isn't sexual, right? We got to stop being celibate. How many years has it been? Everything I read now sounds like this. Look, I felt him every second. I'll miss you and I'll love you forever, Wyndham. I'm in the 30s club now. So poor girl, she's 30. Her dad, or excuse me, her father of her kids is dead, Bray Wyatt, and she'll probably lose one of her kids. And that's not a threat. I don't want that either. I'm not wishing it. I'm just saying I've seen these stories before. The tragedies don't just stop. One of your kids will die. And we're going to be very upset when it happens. We're going to play Dragula. It's definitely not anything we're looking forward to. So, JoJo, will keep an eye on you. And we'll be hoping for the best. And all those stories are bullshit from Ringside News. Caleb Braxton painted me in the wrong light, and I'm sick of people believing it. I did nothing wrong.
Now I'm a broken man, got the hurt and heel hands inside these gloves.
So let's start at the beginning. Here's a video tweeted by Degenerate George, and this thing is blowing up. Poor Degenerate George. He's got Joey Janela talking to him. Everyone's mad at him, and he's not caving in, which is great. So here is the video, and the guy said Bray Wyatt died 6 months ago, and he shows this. This is JoJo. There's no audio, but you can imagine. She's yelling, "Give me the cum! I need the cum!" Look at her. She wants the cum. She did one of these, I think. Look, let's look. I think she did one of those. Look. Ready? Close enough. She's looking up. Close enough. Disgusting. So, and it's weird, like, you kind of forgot she was this. We knew she was this once. Now, you could blame Lana. She's in the back seat. She's the big who's turning Liv into a big. And we can assume Bo Dallas lost his girl, too. And now here we are. The Wyatt family's lost women now out themselves with Damian Priest's new sex slave, Lana. And this goes back further. Remember, Lana left her weed in Liv's car, and she got arrested, and the charges got dropped. Remember, Lana fingered Liv or JoJo and got that disease on her finger. This has been going on for a while. And now JoJo's all right. Google all that. You should be fact-checking me. And now JoJo's wrapped up in it. And it's just so sad, Geno, because she was like this on Total Divas, and we thought Bray Wyatt tamed her.
And now people are just realize that she's still the person she always was. This is her way of grieving after all these months. She's finally being a strong, independent woman. And some people take it like, oh, she's just moved on so quickly. But it took her so long to finally be back to the way she was.
Is she strong and independent or just and naked? Like we're looking at her nipple right here. And Geno, I know you didn't know that was her actual nipple. You think that's a pasty. Just don't wear pasties and then put see-through shirts over it. That's her pregnant birth nipple. You can see the tip of the nipple right there is a different color. That's what happens to nipples after you give birth. And when you're a word, it's even worse. Okay, we didn't need that. I should have said the word. I'm sorry. Now, look, Geno, this isn't just being yourself. You're a big you take the makeup off. We know what's underneath. And look who you're hanging out with. Others who aren't fat, though. But, all right, which one? F, marry, kill. The photo. We're going to take this big photo. I'm going to kill JoJo for what she's doing to Bray right now. And then I'm going to Lana to death. And then I'm going to marry Liv because she's the only one I like.
Well, you see, you have a very weird way of seeing things. When I see myself marrying JoJo off from it, Liv and then killing Lana.
Why would you trust a girl who, as soon as you're in a coma for a day, you're not even dead yet, she's going to be doing strip dances on the strip. She's going to be out there partying. When you die, she won't care. She already lost Bray Wyatt and doesn't care. You want someone who's going to love you, who can love. This girl ain't capable of love. She's from the Afro-American community. She was molested by her dad, brother, and uncle. She's soulless inside. And when you die, she'll forget it instantly, and she's showing that now.
But I would rather marry into a family so I can have kids that will then remember me and see me as a better father than their dead father from before.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, Geno. So you want to raise Bray's kids right?
Yes, I want to have them actually have a real father figure around them instead of just a dead father figure. They have to look back and watch videos and see like how good of a dad he was when they don't actually have a real dad with them right now.
Is this not the best Geno's ever been? Can we just freeze this moment in time? Can we have this Geno forever? I want you to father my children. Geno, go find an ugly redhead and raise my kids. This is amazing. Finally, Geno makes sense. Is it just because I don't usually listen to him? And the chat Lola said, imagine Geno as a stepdad. Yeah, imagine -1 has to see Geno come home. And then imagine the sounds coming out of that room. Geno's a bottom. But still, this girl's a complete. So, all right, that gets tweeted. Awesome tweet. I love this tweet. Favorite that. I didn't see the video. I would have said something worse if I tweeted it. But the subtleties of this say it all. Bray Wyatt died 6 months ago. How awesome. Now, Amanda Huber. You might remember Amanda Huber. She's Brody Lee's wife, widower. When Brody Lee got sick, Amanda Huber was afraid of COVID, the cold, and quarantined him away from his own kids and away from her. She made him sleep by himself. She wouldn't allow anyone to see him. And the poor guy spent his final hours without his family because of her. That's the type of person she is. Look what she says. And 6 months ago, JoJo remained living. Yeah, maybe she shouldn't have. Geno, wouldn't it be better for JoJo to out of grief than be a big...
I don't think neither of them should. That really, again, the biggest thing is we know either Bray Wyatt was manipulated by JoJo or he felt himself to be too ignorant and believed that he was stronger than what the doctor told him because he didn't fucking keep the defibrillator on him. Again, I blame both of them for not realizing the importance of the defibrillator that the doctor told him he needed to be on or he was going to fucking die. So again, Bray or JoJo are the reasons why he's not fucking here anymore.
You're right.
So both of them for that.
You're right, White. I think JoJo hid it under the car seat. She hid that thing in the car. And she said, go take a nap, honey. I'll be sure to wake you. I'll check your breath. Imagine if Amanda Huber was pretty, what she'd be doing. Look at this. And 6 months ago, JoJo remained living. She says, F anyone. I'm reporting this. This is sick. F anyone who uses grief to create an unrealistic expectation of behavior. It's unrealistic to expect you to be a human being. This behavior is bad whether you're in grief or not. This isn't how you act. And when you lose a husband, have some fucking respect for your own kids. Have some respect for that man that died. Because he wasn't building a family with this. God, this is fucking sick. She deserves to find moments of happiness. There's other ways to smile. Without weirdos. We're the weirdos. We stayed in that night. We had a responsible evening. Off to the train we have a crush on. Jesus. She deserves to find moments of happiness without weirdos on the internet.
Is my son a vampire? Like, is he glamming
Running
me?
commentary. Seriously, f this mentality. No, f this mentality. And Tyler tried to teach me this is what America is. He told me America is the Kardashian image now. This is what it is. There's no more rural America. We don't go mudding anymore. It's not about freedom and patriotism. It's being a big fucking and then saying that's my freedom. I can kill babies in my body because it's my body. Like, this girl can't wait to get an abortion. So I reply, Bray is as disgusted as we are. He didn't know he chose a Unfortunately, we do. R.I.P. King. And Geno, you know Bray Wyatt's up there retweeting this.
As we sit at home, wondering where the feet will go.
Do we explain to Ringside News how to call in?
Nothing
He's
but
posting his phone number. Steve Carrier. Steve, I love you so much. I love you more than you love me. But look what I did today, Steve. This is why you don't want to be associated with me. So let's look at this. Here's what some people have to say. Your mom doesn't care that you exist either. That's to someone else, actually. Where's it? Get this bum out of here. That was to me. I hope you end up on the wrong side of one in jail one day, and he goatsies you. That's not well wishes, if I ever read any. Wrestlers don't care that you stand up. Right, that's someone helping me. Let's see. I can't believe we live in a world where Bray passed and pathetic motherfuckers like you are still alive. I genuinely hope you get dropped off in the worst part of Oakland and never get picked up. Well, so these libtards know that black people are violent. They show it in the weirdest ways. Remember when they said they were going to punch the Nazi? Now they want the to do it. I'm sorry, Ringside News. Look at this one. Not crackhead earthworm Jim running his incel mouth again. Geno, it looks like I have a bunch of Sami Zayns in my replies.
You also have a lot of people that don't even have pictures of themselves. They either have no picture, a picture of something that's completely not them, just to really make themselves feel that anonymity that people fucking want on the internet that shouldn't fucking exist.
Look what this guy said. Kevin, do you want to have sex with her? You keep tweeting about her. So that's a clue on what my tweet is that's upsetting people. It's about a girl we brought up before. JoJo off her man? Come on. Isn't that funny? Steve Carey, is that not hilarious? That this girl killed her husband and her last name is literally off her man? We don't say that enough. But that's not even the whole tweet. Let's see. All right, let's go. Let's see what they're mad about. I can't read any more of it, Geno. It's hurting my feelings. So we got a couple here. So I saw from the great Ringside News, JoJo Offerman completes writing. Wait, that's the new one. Hold on. First I saw JoJo Offerman shares new photos. And I just looked at this going, what a like, this girl's a fuck. Like I didn't tweet that, though. That would be crazy. Instead, I said, JoJo Offerman is ballooning up and becoming Bray. And I was going to just delete it. It was so silly and dumb. It was like a wacky little pun that I figured was a little cheesy. And yes, she's fat, but I mean, can that really hold a tweet up? And then all of a sudden, these replies started coming in. I'm like, okay, fine. Apparently, the easiest victim is this. Then, Geno, people were being mean. And I happened to scroll by Ringside News saying, JoJo Offerman completes writing song dedicated to Bray Wyatt. And I'm so excited for this, Geno. We have a video to go with this as well, this announcement, right? But first, then I thought, what could it be? The Oscar Mayer Wiener song sung to the melody of the ice cream truck jingle? I mean, that sounds amazing, Geno. Imagine us a fat hearing two fat songs put together. What a love song.
And it would be a love song, but I'm just excited that JoJo is going to finally have inspiration from her real name being JoJo. One of the greatest rap artists of the entire world was Little JoJo.
Is my son a vampire?
I need to
Like,
just
is he
be the new
glamming
generation of JoJo.
Today I finished writing probably the most heartbreaking song I will ever write in my
Okay, mouthful.
life.
Swallow it.
And of course it's about Wyndham. And hopefully soon I get to record it and you guys get to hear it. But today was a very hard day for me.
Oh, yeah?
And
That's terrible. I'm
filled
sorry.
with lots of tears and heartache.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
But I'm very
You should go twerking again. It makes you feel better, right?
proud
Yeah.
of
Just do that workout you do. You call it a workout. We call it dancing on a stripper pole. Isn't that annoying when these women get stripper poles in their home and they're like, no, it's my workout. And then they do these twirls with their legs open on Instagram. That's a little more than a workout. Will you be more self-aware? And will you be aware of the world around you? You think it's a workout. We're still jerking off to it.
and you guys get to hear it. But today was a
Hey, guys. This is just naturally me. You like my hair like this? Yeah. I'm just made a song today.
very hard
Take 40. She's making this seem so nonchalant and natural. She did this 38 times. Look at her camera roll. And she's like, little more cleavage. Okay. Guys, it's been a really hard day today. My big, fat, shitty husband's finally dead still. Yeah, we
day
know.
for me. And filled with lots of tears
Stop
and
it.
heartache. But I'm very proud of everything.
Of everything. I'm very proud of just everything. Because I'm an airhead ditzy reach trying to sound wise. So if I do some vocal fry and lean off to the side, you might take me seriously. We'll never take you seriously.
But I'm very proud.
You're Black Liv Morgan. You're a big...
Lots of tears and heartache. But I'm very proud of everything.
Of everything.
That I did. So I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Show me the chicken scratch you wrote down. I want to see it.
Stay.
Let me guess. I want an Oscar Mayer wiener. How does that song go, Geno? All through the town. I left my heart attack vest under the car seat. And Geno blames me for my own death.
Nothing but a grave after everything you gave.
Tyler, we have something sad to watch now. Look at this. It's related to Bray. Uh-oh. Let's see. It's JoJo again. That's the first. Let's see what this video is. Oh. Oh, God. You know what? JoJo doesn't seem all that fat when you see Bray. She was trying to eat with him too much. You can't do that, you know. Couples don't have to eat the same amount, JoJo, at every meal. Let him finish your meal. Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord. Oh, there they are. But, Tyler, what about this story that she's been passed around the locker room anyway?
I believe it. They've... the announcers, for a fact, how do you think Ricochet and Samantha Irvin got together? And we've seen the pool parties and everything. It's just a big orgy over there. And what a sweet video to post just for it to turn around, and we're going to see her ass in the next one. So
oh, no.
A real sweet JoJo.
You're not tricking us, JoJo. Whoa, whoa, okay. Hold on. Whoa, Geno. Tyler, you see that? She's fucking him.
Oh, yeah, they're having a great time right there. She's backing it into him. Bray has it inside.
What the That was like Joe Hendry and that girl at that TNA event. Whoa. That was the sexiest thing I ever saw. Rhea and Ricardio, try that. I'm gonna cry. Tyler, is Bray Wyatt's sister single?
I hope so. She definitely isn't she definitely isn't a sight for sore eyes, but I know for a fact I'd put it inside a few times, so I think you should probably go for it.
She looks like Bray, but that's what I like about her.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. See, this is what you want. You want to die when they still love you. So then they love you forever. Because a few months later, they're going to fucking hate you. So if you stayed alive, this would have never happened. This divorce was right around the corner. If I just died at the right time, she'd still love me. And you're just a memory in my mind. I would have given anything to say goodbye. Grind on his dick again. If I would have known. Maybe she'll suck it in this play. Let's play it back. Look, Dakota said happy birthday, can't be cool. In we say here. The great JoJo said, happy heavenly birthday, my love. Oh, my God. Bray's birthday's right a day before me, Tyler, and then Bo's is the day after?
This Gemini group runs deep, man. We're fucking in there. We represent the Geminis, and it only makes sense that a mind like Bray is a Gemini as well.
And the real Geminis are the May Geminis, not these June imposters. Excuse me, Tyler, I apologize. Happy heavenly birthday, my love. I miss you every day, says JoJo. We miss you every day. Nothing is the same without you here. I want to say more, but I just feel broken and defeated. I don't believe her. I saw her doing the same grinding on Liv Morgan just 2 weeks ago. She's not broken at all. She's having a blast. I love you forever, Wyndham. I wish I could still hold you and give you 100 kisses. And then there's Natalia replying. Where's Samantha Irvin? Zelina Vega says, love you, girl. Happy birthday, big guy. He's dead. TJ Wilson sent a heart. Let's see. Not Sam. What a what's he doing there? He sent a girl comment heart. Let's see. We have Mercedes Monet. I love you. Okay, we'll like hers because she's cool. She's the greatest women's wrestler ever. At least that's what she said this week. Gabby Toft, Tyler. Sending love to you and your entire family. I'm going to call her a freak show or something. Let's see what we can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh, wait, where's my reply? Here we go. At Gabby Toft. Way to ruin. Let me make sure this is all visible here. Way to ruin the moment, you freak. We're here trying to celebrate a relationship lost between a real man and a real woman. And then you come along and put this disgusting taste in our mouths. Yuck. There we go. You think she gets the point there? There we go.
Oh, she for sure gets it, and I love that you're gonna be able to put this on Instagram for everyone to see, and I hope it gets her attention. I hate Instagram so much with a passion. I know when I left, I was an Instagram mark, and that's was my only source of social media. But dude, I downloaded this Threads app, and I don't know why. I made a few posts. I said Jordan Poole is worse than CP3, and I was making these controversial statements. Didn't take any traction, but I check out the app from time to time, and this is literally where gay Twitter, you know how X is X now, gay Twitter, what Twitter used to be, is what Instagram Threads is. I get in so many of these arguments with these that are way too comfortable on this website that and say all these terrible things, and I just checked it today, and it's the safe space for all these weirdos. If you're cool, you're gonna get outnumbered quick on that stupid app.
We're gonna have to repost it. There's a typo. All right, we're gonna need this to be perfect. Okay, so we're gonna copy paste. We're gonna, instead of alone, it says along. All right, here we go. We send it. Let's see how it came out this time. All right, it says, "Way to ruin the moment, you freak. We're here trying to celebrate a relationship lost between a real man and a real woman. And then you come along and put this disgusting taste in our mouths. Yuck." All right, I like that a lot.
Practiced all his sins, even let Goldberg win.
Look at this upsetting stuff here. This isn't good. So we have a photo on Twitter. Couple of whores. The photo is sexy on itself. Just tweet the photo. Just put it on Instagram. Tyler, do you know who these two girls are?
I do know who these two are. This is from the same photo slide of where I sent you a picture of a certain dead guy's wife and whoever she was with. This is Lana and Liv Morgan together.
Yes, Lana and Liv. So we've seen JoJo. I didn't have that stuff up, Tyler. Thanks for reminding me. Maybe I could write that down. So we've seen JoJo be a huge on social media lately. Literally twerking in a car when I think she's supposed to be driving. I don't know if it's mirrored, but that's the driver's side, and she's out the window, she's shaking her butt, and then they all crash and die, I hope. And then she had lost her husband, so she was out whoring, finding men. And then Liv was with them, and remember, there was that whole storyline of Lana fingered Liv and got a disease and was in the hospital for a week with the disease, getting her finger amputated. And also, Liv was just with a bad influence. She got caught with drugs in her car, and we watched the cop video of that, the police body cam of that, and we blamed Lana for leaving her drugs in Liv's car. It turns out it's worse than we ever thought. Liv ended up not being with Bo anymore. Lana broke Liv up from Bo. Bo, just a great guy. And doesn't this show, Tyler, if Bray was alive, JoJo would have left Bray. Bo's Bray's brother. Lana's taking both these women from their husbands, dead or alive. They would have never lasted because there's a big named Lana bringing them out to the nightclubs.
Yeah, that left her husband, Miro. We don't have Lana and Rusev anymore. Yeah. She's a big... And she's bringing her friends along with her. A huge, terrible influence to these women. And yeah, you're right. Even if Bray was still alive, she definitely would have dragged JoJo away from her. This is the inevitable here. We all know someone like CJ Perry, and we all know that bad influence of a girlfriend that they can have in their lives. And yeah, it would definitely would have happened that way, dead or alive.
And CJ Perry had the perfect husband, Miro, who lived and died for her. And she fucked that up and wanted to fuck all her friends' lives up as well. She successfully did it with Liv, who was with the perfect guy, Bo. And if Bray was alive, she would have absolutely taken JoJo from him. Because JoJo's a Liv anyway. She always was a Lana. Liv's a good girl. JoJo's a Lana anyway, and always was a Lana. She was passed around the locker room before Bray tried to save her and then died. By the way, Fredo sent $10 and said, I want to boof a Buzz Bangarito out of both their asses simultaneously. They'll let you. They will let you. They'll let you do coke off their ass in your car. So here's a tweet that makes me fucking sick from Lana, CJ Perry. I should call her CJ so I won't keep calling her Liv accidentally. By the way, is Lana on the right, Tyler, and is Liv on the left? Am I right?
I was really hoping that it was Liv on the right. Like, I wanted it to be so bad. But then through further investigation, I saw that Liv was the one wearing the glossy bikini. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Liv on the left.
Yeah, see, that's such a shitty Lana butt. We'd love to see Liv's butt. But look, her butt smushed against... Oh, you're looking at me. Her butt smushed against the ground. We don't get to see it. So look what Lana tweeted with it. This is sickening. Lana, CJ Perry said... Ever since I got into wrestling, I imagined partying on a yacht with the world champ. You fucking... You... Get value in your life. Get substance. That alone is pathetic. Ever since I got into wrestling, I imagined partying on a yacht with the world champ. And this is what women are. This is what they imagine. Men are out there trying to become a world champ. They're out there trying to become something. Women just want to be on a yacht with you. And this is what Donald Trump meant. These are the women he's talking about when he talked about, they want you to grab them by the pussy. They'll let you grab them by they will. Lana will absolutely let you grab her by the pussy on your yacht. This is how are. When they're around successful men, rich men, they're walking first. They're walking like Weekend at Bernie's 2 in the songs playing. They're pussy up front. They're fucking weak and shallow and pathetic. She goes on to say, I just never knew she'd be 5'3", stunning, and my best friend. So she turns it into a compliment for Liv, but I'm so disgusted with the whole setup for this tweet, and it's exactly what we thought she was. So we have people on social media who act like these were like normal women or deep women. First of all, I don't know that a deep woman exists. They have to be bullied and retarded and gay and ugly. Like, ugly women are pretty, have substance, I'm sure. But every beautiful woman is as retarded as this, Tyler.
And it's so fucking just annoying. You don't want to be around these people. It's so ditzy and retarded and just the worst type of people. And what's even worse about this post is on Instagram, it's copied and pasted, same caption, same first photo, but then you get a slide of the party that she's on, what yacht party is going on, and who else is on the yacht.
Oh, wait, who else is there? Oh, is that what you sent me, Tyler, in the DMs?
Yes.
Okay, let me see this. So Tyler sent me these amazing pictures that I completely forgot about. And this is upsetting. This is very upsetting. Look at what we have here. So this is on Instagram now. We have the yacht. I didn't realize this was all the same setting. So where the fuck were we? The tweet from this. You remember it. All right. So here's her on Instagram with herself being ugly. Now, she was once pretty. She literally looks like she had twins. This is the face of a woman who had babies. You go through pregnancy and give birth and your face is different. Or apparently as a woman, you just have to age a little. They all look like they had twins at a certain age. And then look who she's hanging out with. JoJo and some fucking faggot. So here's more. Look at this. Here's a zoom in on these two. These are the fucking people. And Tyler, JoJo's fucking this guy?
You know for a fact, we all know gay guys will fuck a girl in the asshole, and that's something that they're for sure going to do. And you know, if they're on a yacht, they're drinking, they're partying, who knows what else is going on there. the gay guy's going to put something inside of JoJo, and that's exactly what happened. I sent you a link to this guy's profile. Some random fucking gay guy that's from 23, lives in Florida. Gay as oh, he posted on a story. We got to see what he posted because I was waiting to see if he posted anything that involves them. But yeah, look at this homo. He's for sure doing shit with JoJo.
See, so this guy's apparently gay. And yeah, gay is a trick to get in your ass, women. Stop falling for it. Stop having Zoom chats with them in the bath and thinking it's safe. Okay? They're trying to turn you on. So he's listening to Billie Eilish in his story. I will f this guy up if I ever see him. It's on site with this shithead. How do you hang out with Liv and not put it on your Instagram? Instead, you're showing your shitty legs. Oh, my God. Did you need to post these photos? Oh, my God. This guy sucks. Yeah, Tal, let's kick his ass.
Yeah, we're going to have to f this guy up. How dare he hang out with Liv and all these people randomly, too? How did they run into this guy? Did they run into him and just be like, hey, you got to come on our yacht with us? But I don't think so because they're matching. They're wearing the all white.
JoJo looks like she lost 40 pounds in 2 weeks. But, yeah, he is definitely look, he has his phone in his hand. What a well, how perfect. And he's almost as fat as Bray. He's their type. So they invite him on the yacht as one of the girls. Next thing you know, they're all sucking his
Yep, they're all sucking his dick. He's fucking their assholes. It's exactly the type of party that they were looking for. And
God, what happened to real love? What has this world turned into, Geno? I'm disgusted.
Randy burned his house, now you gotta let him out.
Look, JoJo. Oh, no, she had a worse Father's Day. Oh, she had the perfect man. And there was only one guy who could tame JoJo. We know she was all over that locker room, and, they built a family. And look, she looks like she still has all those kids still inside of her. She gave birth to him, but stayed pregnant. Kind of a weird... Ew, Tyler! He might have offed himself. Look what he was stuck with, a big...
Gross, dude. I definitely am not a fan of that. And she wasn't like this, remember? Her body wasn't this huge, and the moment that she got with Bray, she just let herself go.
She started matching his meals, and she had all those babies. Is she singing this song? That's emotional. Tyler, if I just died, I could get a video like this. Instead, I lived long enough to be the villain. You either die a good father, or you live long enough to break their collarbone. Look at that little nice mohawk. Yeah, do something about it, Bray. I'll f you up, kid. It's on site! If I see Bray Wyatt, I'll f this guy up. Some people talk shit from the internet. I talk shit from the afterlife. This guy's in a rocker chair like a 13-year-old. Tyler, did you ever have one of those gamer chairs? Are those still around? Where they have speakers in the headrest and they're the X rocker? I had like 2 of those in my life. I'm pretty cool.
I've sat in one before. I was never cool enough to get one of those. You talking about like the wireless Bluetooth ones where it goes straight to the floor. You're not. It's only a rocker. It doesn't roll around or anything. It's so low to the ground.
Eventually, the audio features are a pain in the ass. You just rip all the cables out, and you're like, I just want to recline. I could have got a chair for half the price. Put your shirt on, you fat fuck. There you go. I love holidays now because every holiday we get JoJo crying. She's always so sad about dead Bray, but she'll never be as sad as us. Look, she wrote, one of my favorite things about you will always be the incredible daddy you were. The kid, you tell me you never beat the kids? Come on. I once beat an infant. It was 3 months old, and I was giving a bop on the mouth for crying too much. It's never too young to start the disciplining. The kids will never forget that, and I pray one day they will grow up to be like you, with better nutritional habits, and find someone that loved the way you did. Happy Father's Day, my love. Thank you for being the best daddy. We miss you deeply. So He's still dead, and she's still on yachts with other men, Tyler. So who did Father's Day better then? Let's see. I think it might have been Liv Morgan. Look, Liv Morgan, happy Father's Day, Daddy.
We are not superheroes.
They let the stupid girls kill our fiend.
Maybe JoJo does care. Look, Geno, she's back on Instagram whining. JoJo Alexi. So this is that girl that's a huge and she f***ed the whole locker room, and the last one she f***ed was Bray before he died, so she's pretending they were in love. And now every time there's a birthday or an anniversary or a holiday, she's over here binge eating and becoming him and making posts like this. She said, I'll never show anyone how much I'm actually hurting. Oh, when you were twerking in the car, I thought you were hurt. She said, never. I'll smile, twerk, and say I'm fine. Keep that in mind the next time you think I'm okay. What, not enough sympathy this week? No. You guys think I'm happy? No, my husband's still dead. Yeah, we have our own lives and our own problems. We don't give a shit. Look, be kind. F*** you. How's that for kind? All I've ever wanted is the life Wyndham and I created together. Yeah, I've lost more than you'll ever lose. You lost a fat loser. What does that matter? And now I have to learn to live this life. Imagine losing a Rosanna. You get to keep your kids. And now I have to learn to live this life without him. When every day I mourn the love he made me feel. He loved a nigger baby. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. I said that. She didn't. It's hard carrying the weight of not only my pain, but the pain of our kids. They don't care. We see -1 walking around having a blast. None of these kids care that their dad's dead. It's the same as divorcing to them. None of it means anything. Kids are fine. But I'm grateful that Wyndham gave me 2 beautiful two. Doesn't she run around with 4 or 5 kids, Tyler? There's only 2?
Bray had other kids before her.
Oh, that's right. Didn't he cheat?
Yeah, that's why he's with JoJo. He had an affair with JoJo, and that's why he lost his first family.
They're the same person. Look, no wonder they're in love. They're 2 peas in a pod. 2 beautiful kids, and the ones he already had, she says. So for them, I'll keep smiling and saying I'm fine, even if I'm not. Geno, relax. She's faking it, right? She's fine. She's full of shit, right?
No, I think this is real. She does still remember him. He's always going to be in the back of her mind and in her heart because she will always see her kids realize that I need to try my best to at least act like I'm fine just for your kids.
But Geno, never forget she only loved him because he had money. This fat f*** in real life, if he was one of us, she would never be spending time with. He had money. We're more creative than him. We're just poor.
And I don't know if I'm as creative as Bray Wyatt.
Oh,
I think Bray Wyatt is the most creative person who ever existed.
I meant me and Tyler. You've heard his songs. And we put you to use on them. What happened to the story? Where did it go? I was watching that. I wanted to hear the song she put on it. Now it's all gone. What the f***? Oh, I can get a link to it here. But yeah, just never forget that, like, this is all fake love. It's not real love. They would have broken up anyway. It's all a load of shit. The reason why we lose everything and Bray didn't is because he's a rich piece of shit. But here's her song. Here we go. Is this a Bo song? Bo Mayer. Oh, here we go. Oh, come on. It's my walkout song. She would have cheated on him anyway, Geno.
I don't believe she would have. I think she would have stayed with him if they were still together. If she realized that, we need to get that defibrillator out of the car, instead of you being ignorant and believe that you're stronger than what the doctor said, Bray, you would still be alive. If she actually cared about Bray's life and Bray's health.
Stay with me, let back in the crib. Did we say that we need you? Rambling rabbit should come back to.
Geno, is it possible that God killed Bray Wyatt as a punishment for fucking a...
No, it's because, again, both of them were ignorant enough not to listen to doctors. They both believed that they were stronger and better than doctors, and they're fucking idiots for not listening to what the doctor said. So, again, both of them for being wrong.
Tyler would have just said yes. So, yeah, Geno, I think you did well. So, JoJo, only 1 photo? Is this really, like, paying homage? There should be 8 photos. Only 1 this time? Usually the kids are there. Remember that time there was a moth on her cup? We had, like, 9 photos with that. Now she just has 1 picture on a boat. And it says, it's been 1 year, 365 days without you. 1 year since I last heard your voice. Since I last heard your laugh. His laugh was so ugly. Since I last kissed your living soul. That's fucked up. I still remember the last thing you told me. What was it? What the I didn't read this yet. I still remember. What was the last thing? I still remember the last kiss. The last thing he said was, hey, can you get my vest out of the car? I'm going to go take a nap real quick, was his last words. I still remember the last kiss and the last I love you we had before you closed your eyes. Oh, I'm going to cry. He went to take a nap and said, I love you. And died. What the f***? I'll remember that day forever. The day my entire life changed. The day I was freed and could f*** the whole locker room. I miss you terribly, Wyndham. The kid, yeah, you already said this part. We know this part. The kids miss him, we know. There's not a day that goes by without you on our mind. But I think I'm getting used to the fact that I'll never be okay. I'll never be the same. I'll forever be... This is what we want, Tyler, right? God, isn't this so much better than getting dumped, dying? If we just died, this is the post we could have been getting for eternity from our exes.
Yeah, this is how we live on forever. We got to get some black girl that is an announcer for WWE. Samantha Irvin, of course she's been passed around before. Ricochet. We could take her up and then we'll be able to get all the posts forever.
Even better, let's have Ricochet die. Imagine her post. She'll be singing and she'll be over here singing little songs to him every 3 months. That'll be so funny. But if we're going to Italy, we can fake our death. We need to trick a black into loving us first. Now, the fact that I'm still doing live streams every 2 days might trigger or might cue her that I faked it. I'll forever be missing the piece of me that left with you the day you died. And that's okay, she says. I know how proud you are of the kids. Every day they're more and more like you. Uh-oh. I'll forever be thankful to you for making me a mommy. I'll forever be grateful for blah, blah, blah. I love you forever. Wow. What a post. Now, there's a good one here from Enzo as well. Here's he has more than one photo. But the first photo is when the cops pulled them over. And there's a good story to go with it, so I won't tell the story. I'll let Enzo tell it. So Enzo was the greatest ever. He was fired for no reason. He did nothing wrong. And after it came out that the girl lied about him sexing her up, they didn't rehire him because Triple H never liked Enzo. Here's Enzo's first photo. Here's the second one. They're in the car together. That's Neville, which is interesting. Bo, Bray, who's horrifying in this photo, and Enzo. And isn't it weird, Tyler, that this group basically passed around Liv Morgan?
That is very interesting, actually. They did all have their way. Especially, I forget that Enzo and Liv had that New Jersey East Coast connection thing going on. I know that's what Enzo was saying really pulled himself into Liv.
It's so hot, dude. So then, all right, here's what Enzo said. The first time I ever hit the road in WWE, Bray asked if I wanted to ride with him. Of course I wanted to. Wyndham was hilarious. We drove across the state of Texas. Sure enough, we got pulled over. When the cop looked in the car, he had no idea who we were. But lucky for us, he did know who Bray Wyatt was. He said, "Sir, I'm a huge fan. Do you mind if we take a photo?" And look, here's the photo. He probably kissed Enzo on the forehead right before they took the photo, too. And Bo's looking fat as and then it said, Wyndham put me under his wing from FCW to my first road loop in WWE. I can't thank him enough. A father, a son, a brother, a husband, a good man, and my friend. I always thought I'd see him again. Can't believe it's been a year since he's been hoot. Since been gone hoot. What is hoot? Miss ya, Briz. What is Briz? Is that Italian? Thank you for getting us out of that ticket. See you down the road. Only 90 comments on 30,000 likes. He must be limiting or deleting or something. So, great photo, though. What a great... Neville being a big dork is always funny. Like that, he always looks like a big nerd in his glasses. And then you see him now, and he's the bastard. But what an experience to be on the road. And isn't it weird, Geno? So these wrestlers, like Bray Wyatt's like a real star, like a real wrestler. And he's hanging out with these losers. What a nice guy, huh?
Okay, it's because he himself was just relegated to FCW after being Husky Harris, this big guy, this big star of the core of fucking Nexus, this Nexus 2.0, this big mode he was going to have. Then they relegated him to this B League, to the minor league, and then he decided to be a part of helping these other guys grow, especially his brother.
So you think the cop watches NXT or FCW? No. This is Bray Wyatt. This is the... Look at him. He doesn't even look like Husky Harris. This is the Bray Wyatt, the world champion, the man himself. And he's hanging out with a couple of loser mid-carders, brothers, bums, cruiserweights, whatever the And that's the weird thing about wrestling. As fans, we watch it and go, loser, cool guy, loser. In the locker room, they're all like friends. It's weird. Like the ones like, even like Summer Rae had friends. Like people that don't even belong in wrestling, that we should be protecting wrestling from, they're hanging out with like cool people that we like, that are real good wrestlers. It's weird. It's the locker room camaraderie where it's like, we don't care if you're ugly or fat or not over or ditzy or that you didn't even grow up watching wrestling. Because you're a wrestler when I am, we're going to be friends forever. It's a strange thing I'll never understand. I am very much a status person, a shallow person. Whenever I'm in a friend group, I rank people. Like, okay, you're like not Tyler, you're not Tyler. So, like, there's cool and lame even within the friend groups. And we make fun of a Geno forever because he's lame forever. In wrestling, I don't think there's any Genos, Geno. All the Genos get treated like equals.
Because you're all in this together, you're all trying to do what's best, knowing that the fucking business will decide and choose who is actually going to be chosen, knowing that there's always going to be Brock and Roman that's going to be chosen, and you're just being relegated to fucking make them look good and make them be better.
No, they're thinking that's all fake. This is real. That's all kayfabe, and we're the workers. Oh, look at, I'm going to cry. Look at this photo. Oh, my God. And then his sister made a post, and these are always super long and sad. Mika loved him the most. Loved him more than Bo. Loved him more. Oh, look, it's all Bray on her profile. This is going to be sad. Loved her more than JoJo. Loved him more than JoJo. Look, that's a pinned one. But it's all Bray. She loves Bray. She misses Bray. She thinks about him all the time. And she's like a female Bray, at least on the scale. All right, so let's see where... there's one photo. Only one, but it's a good one. That's a good photo. Is this after the Pitch Black match? Yes. I don't think we're going to read all this. It's pretty lengthy. Oh, no, it's not so bad. Mika said, a year. A year in the world without Wyndham. As I've dreaded the arrival of this day, it's also been simultaneously met with a wonderful amount of reasons to stop and say, wish you could have been here to see this. A year ago, we all lost. I say all of us, in a context that is not just my family and I, but all of us as a collective. Wyndham was so impactful. He was the best and loved so widely by millions. We loved him the most. Look, I don't see Dwayne Johnson's head on this. No, this is Bray Wyatt's head on this right here. When we were gathered into a cold hospital room on this day last year, I will never forget the shock that took over my body. I have bad news. He is gone, said that shitty doctor. Well, look, this has more comments than Enzo. Well, today, I would love to crawl in a hole and feel sorry for myself. I am not. And I won't. And well, when I die, you better. A year later, you all better be in a hole. Like Geno, the blanket's too heavy. You're not getting out of bed that day. Instead, I actually started the day by walking with my mom and my baby to breakfast. Who f***ed you? Only to end the meal and find out that the sweet elderly men behind us had covered our bill. Where are they from? Italy? Who's that nice? I'm 31 years old. My mom is 62. Neither one of us ever had that happen in a restaurant. He wants to f***. We've done it for people, but never to us. What? We've done it for people? Tyler, have you ever bought someone's bill at a restaurant?
I've seen before those videos where they're like, oh, just go ahead and fucking, they're obviously posting it just so people will be like, wow, you're so awesome. Go ahead and I'll pay for the person's order behind me or whatever, you know. But I've never seen it in person. I of course, with them doing it, the sister and the mom, they just wanted to fuck too. It's all about fucking.
Yeah, they wanted to fuck these hot dudes they bought the meal for. I've only seen it done in The Sopranos because Tony Soprano's a badass and an asshole. He went up, he told this guy, take your hat off in this restaurant, have some respect. And he intimidated him into taking it off. And then he sent him wine for free or something. So not the same thing, but similar. But never to us, says Mika. Geno, anyone ever bought you Taco Bell? And then she says, we both burst to tears, inevitably. Whoa, what an ending. That's the whole post. We both burst to tears, inevitably. So she thinks Bray Wyatt was in that old man. Just like JoJo thought Bray Wyatt was in that moth. Bray Wyatt bought that meal on the day he died, and everybody burst into tears.
Now there's a hole in my wrestling. Can only be filled with one thing.
Geno, look who else talked. JoJo. And don't let this smile deceive you, Geno. Her husband's dead. She's not happy about it, right? She's not happy Bray Wyatt's dead, right?
Oh, she's been able to move on, though, but she still gets those moments where she does feel sad and bad about it. She knows that Bray Windham would want her to be happy and take care of the kids and be able to move on and care for everybody.
Geno, she looks happy he's dead here. I don't know. As I look at her now, I think she's happy Bray Wyatt's dead.
Again, it took her a long time to get to be comfortable smiling again.
Look, I'm not happy Bray Wyatt's dead. This is how I feel about it. She feels like that's weird. But, okay, so she's doing one of these weird signings. Well, Geno, who does this? Do you know? There's always like a 3-hour signing on Facebook Watch. Somebody's organizing where somebody signs a bunch of shit and answers questions on a live stream. Do you ever watch these?
I used to when it was during the whole COVID era when there were wrestlers who I cared about that did those virtual signs like Rosemary and Susie, Sue Young, Susan, within all three of her characters did one.
This actually is sad, though. Get ready. Trigger warning. Trigger warning, like Paige Van Zant's book. Call Rain at 1-800. Geno's a guy. I swear he is. .com. / where's Vleeties? And this is going to be very depressing. This is tragic. It's the first time I've heard JoJo talk about Bray, and it was kind of real. Because, look, like she'll usually do an Instagram post where it's like, I'm working on a song about him. Or, oh, he visited me. Here's a moth on my Crown Royal bottle. Like, it's a little silly. We can make fun of it. You can't really make fun of this. This is just real life, and it's pretty sad. But.
And somebody wants to know, do you like, what the WWE is doing right now with Bo and everything?
Yeah, yes, of course. So it's like a very bittersweet thing for me.
Yeah.
So I love it for multiple reasons. I love it for the fact that his legacy is still strong and he's out there, like his spirit is out there through his brother. And I love it for Taylor or Bo, because if Wyndham wanted anything in the world, it'd be for his family to succeed, for his brother to succeed. So I'm very happy that Bo has that opportunity.
You hear that, Bo? You were a late loser 6 months ago.
To kind of carry on this legacy. But it's really hard a lot of the times because it's like a trigger for me.
Yeah,
I'm learned that. Sure. And I've had to put my phone down and completely not watch it.
Right? This is like the first time I felt like she liked Bray. And it's because she was the one herself getting drunk with Liv, and it's not Liv's fault, it's Lana's fault. Lana broke up Liv Morgan's marriage with Bo Taylor, and was going to break up this marriage if Bray didn't die first. Lana got divorced and felt like everyone had to get divorced. Look, let's all be like we're in our 20s still. You're not. You're old now, and you're a butterface. And is having an OnlyFans that important? You're going to leave the guy who gave you everything. Remember Lana doing that whole, and she was on that that yacht with that guy posting all these photos, trying to be sexy with some weird guy, probably billionaire guy. And then she said when she got into the business, that was her dream, to be on a yacht with the champion. And it was a little shot at Miro for being a kayfabe loser. Even though he's a real-life success, in kayfabe he's not that successful, is he? So we look at JoJo as someone who was almost celebrating Bray's death in my mind. Oh, I'm free again. This is what I used to be. I f***ed the whole locker room before this fat f*** had me. Now I can do it again. But then you hear her say this, and you're like, she might have liked him. Watch this.
Some at points, and that goes back to even Samantha or Liv. I'd be like, hey, can you warn me if it's something today? Because I'll stay off of social media. Because even I remember the debut, I didn't even know it was happening. and his music hit, and I straight up could not stop crying all night. It was full-on panic attacks for me.
Oh, wow.
So I've had to kind of make it work in the best way that I can because I do support it. And I know I've talked to a lot of them in the group, and they've all said the same thing with that. They just wanted to make it the best thing that they possibly could.
Yeah. And honor. And
she looks like she's going to cry right now. What a tough spot to be in, because you want success for your brother-in-law, whatever they are. But to see it gives you panic attacks all night, and you need a warning up front. First of all, Geno, why is she even watching Raw? What a loser.
Because she still loved where she used to work. She remembers the company that did support her and went through so much and still is giving so much now with Bray's death, that they wanted to support her and give her this opportunity of his legacy, and that all the money goes right to her to support her and her family, no matter what you purchase of Bray's image. So again, all this is still affiliated with WWE, so she
wait
still
for
works
the check. There. Why are you watching the kids show? She said herself she didn't know it was happening. She's not watching for that. She's watching for Liv Morgan straddling Dominic? I don't know. That's why we're all watching, I guess. Look, I found her. She's lying. She's happy. She's kidding. She's happy he's dead. Look. So, but yeah, she was actually just watching Raw. Maybe your kids like it. I wonder what it's like for them, because they're old enough to feel. So, unlike Kayla Braxton in that photo of herself as a baby smiling, and she looked back at that and said, "Why am I smiling? I should have been aborted." Remember that? Did that book ever come out? Wasn't Kayla Braxton working on a book? Now's the time, Kayla. You don't have any work coming up, I promise. But yeah, what a spot for JoJo to be in. To, first of all, watch Raw. Why? I think she was with us on Discord. Isn't she Geno's moldy flower pot? I'm pretty sure that is JoJo. Or she's one of the huge asses.
I'm so good. But
Geno, remember this when Undertaker whispered in Bray's ear? You're fucking a fat girl. She's fat. She's gonna be fatter than you. And he's like, what? Should I be doing that? Like, hey, that girl, that you're with a, and that's not cool, bro. She's fat. And he's like, what the? I am with a fat.
The part that's the worst for me is personal, and it's me.
Geno, she wasn't always a fat. Leave her alone. She's a fat because she had a bunch of kids.
No, but she's always been fat. Like, I remember, like, the New Day segments that they had where she had the bootios on her butt. That was the whole big point about her character, was that she was big and rounded, and she was actually really entertaining. She was willing to make fun of herself and self-deprecating, and Davey didn't mind, and she was a great part of the backstage interview segment.
Definitely not the reply I expected from Geno. The rest of us remember watching Total Divas every week and seeing JoJo in shape.
And it's
The rest of us remember jerking off to her leaks once, and they were definitely not fat girl leaks.
I spent endless nights with him working on the song or working on the character, and days and weeks.
What song?
And months, and
he's got the whole world in his hands.
So much time of my time went into it.
Why is she acting like she made the theme song, Geno? That was by some other band.
But she works really close with Code Orange. Code Orange wanted to make sure this was a very important song that also had her influence too, because Bo and Bray really want JoJo's influence, because JoJo is an actual musician. She's an amazing artist. She understands music theory, and she wanted to make it perfect.
Geno, you're confused. JoJo's cool because she's like a 9-year-old but an adult. So Bray got to a kid that was of age, okay? She was really small and in shape and fit and not fat like you said. She's not smart. She's not creative. And we're certainly not having deep conversations or figuring out our character with her. She's there at night to be
I'm telling you that she has a deep of understanding and philosophy of music theory, and she understands how to make this perfect theme that would have fit with Code Orange and Bray and Bo and this whole family they were going to have.
One day, Geno, you'll understand gender roles and what women are for. They're not creative partners, okay?
Oh, so you helped him with that?
They're annoying, but make you come, okay?
Right. I just helped with a lot of, like, he would turn to me when it came to creativity.
Sex and f***ing and jobs. And I was there to swallow a big load.
Like, if he had, like, to choose between three things. He's like, what do you
One time he gave me a facial, and then we joked about whiteface.
think would feel better? Like, oh, this is how I feel like this should go.
He made me into the Crow character.
What do you think? And it was just kind of like my opinion, because that's, you know.
No one wanted it or asked for it, and I hope you didn't offer it. And you're misremembering, surely. No good idea ever came from her. And if it did, we wouldn't use it. She's a girl.
Anything, you do it with clothes. Like, it was just like, hey, babe, what do you think of this situation? So, especially when it came to the music, though.
Oh, that's a nightmare. Geno, never do that. When you have an idea creatively, don't go, hey, babe, what do you think of this? They're not going to laugh at your joke. They're not going to get it. They're not going to understand the idea. They're going to ruin it. They're going to make you feel less excited about it. There are no women that you can have a creative, brainstorming session with and leave it with good ideas.
It was like one of those things. Like,
you'll have a great idea and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And then she'll just stare at you and go, all right, never mind. Go back to cooking or whatever it was.
And he heard it. He was like, I need your feedback.
All right, I'll see you at the dinner table. I'm sorry.
You know how
back in the lab.
In love with music I was. And so Jamie from Code Orange reached out to me.
You don't love music.
Is my son a vampire? Like, is he glamming me?
You don't love music. You love the national anthem. And Mariah Carey. That's about it. You like vibrato. Bros Nation sent $2 and said, JoJo's like her dad. Jose Offerman. Brings nothing to the table. Who's that? Geno, who's her dad?
I don't know much about her dad. Again, I only know about her music there and her past with music and the importance of music, because she is the same JoJo.
This can't be her dad, the baseball manager. But her dad, I'd be like, hey, sweetie, what do you think of this if it's her dad? Sure, he's a guy. What does he think? He's creative. It's not one of the bones in a woman's body. Geno, they're nurturers. They take care of things. They're not out there performing. They don't even write their own songs. You write them for them, and they go sing them.
And he was very adamant on me being okay with the music being used again.
Yeah.
And I said, as long as you okay it, I'm okay with it. So
okay, that better not be true, but I'm scared it is. Because we even have to hear this with AEW. Martha Hart has approved Sting's entrance tonight. No one cares. We don't need to ask Martha Hart about a stunt 25 years later in a different company by a different wrestler that no one's at risk doing. And we certainly don't need JoJo's permission to use our intellectual property.
And it's been a process.
Yeah. Have the kids seen it? Have they seen
Here we go. I want to know this. Here we go.
Taylor that? Or
Uncle Taylor.
They have.
And they cry too.
They have, but they haven't. Like,
what?
I've allowed them the opportunity to watch it, but sometimes
don't tell me you were watching Raw by yourself that night.
Won't. If they'll hear the music, they'll be like, Daddy's music. And I'm like, yeah, your Uncle Tay-Tay.
It's only acceptable if you're watching it for the kids. Or if you're doing Raw's fourth hour. Do not be watching Raw if you're an adult unless you're in our Discord. What's wrong with you?
This is it now. And so just like little...
You know how bad that fucking show is? Why would you watch it?
Things like that.
Anytime I've ever taken extended time off, and it's been too rare lately, since 2019, I haven't missed one discussion. But whenever I'm not watching Raw when I'm not doing fourth hour. When when I'm out of this place in like 2 months and when there might be a period, a lull, I'm not going to be watching wrestling, that's for sure. You crazy?
But they know like
this fucking sucks.
Uncle Taylor's in it. They know it. They ask. Like, we went to a show recently and they were like, is Uncle Taylor here? And I was like, no, not today. But then quickly they went on to like all their other...
I will definitely be watching AEW though.
Uncles.
No matter how much they persecute me, I still love them.
after Taylor. So it worked out. So they know.
All right, so we're well past the only part I wanted to hear. And that was just about the debut shocking her panic attacks, crying. I mean, that was very sad. Because Geno, you were a cutter, remember?
And I know people that also did other self-harming things that are so sad. That some people just enjoy the pain, which I understand too.
What a lucky guess. Do you know I never would have thought you were a cutter? You get to cut real deep, don't you?
Nothing but a grave after everything